So you want to get consulting clients. Maybe you've left corporate and you're trying to launch your own practice, or you've been picking up the occasional project, but it's not been consistent enough to be a real business yet. Either way, you're searching for the same answer. How do I actually get clients reliably instead of riding that feast or famine roller coaster? I'm going to give you a real answer. The 4 principles that actually work, not the generic post more on LinkedIn advice you've probably already heard. But I'm also going to be honest about something at the end that most people in the consulting space won't say out loud. The same 4 principles applied to a slightly different model will roughly double what you earn for the same effort. So stick around for that and let's get into it. Before we get into the principles, here's the single biggest reason most independent consultants struggle. They think they have a pipeline problem. So they respond with more activity, more LinkedIn posts, more cold emails, more networking events. They get exhausted and they still don't have the clients they want. Here's the reality. Pipeline is almost never the first problem. Pipeline is downstream. If you're not getting consistent clients, the upstream problem is usually one of 3 things. 1, your positioning is too broad. Your offer is unclear, or you have no system for staying in front of the right people consistently. Fix that upstream and pipeline gets predictable almost by itself. Try to fix pipeline directly without fixing the upstream pieces. You're just going to burn yourself out more by doing more of what isn't working. So the 4 principles I'm going to give you are the upstream principles. Get these right and the client conversations will start happening. Principle 1, get specific about who you serve. Most consultants cast a wide net. I help businesses with strategy because it feels safe. But when you speak to everyone, you connect with no one. The clients who will pay you premium fees want a specialist who understands their specific situation, not a generalist who could help, in theory, anyone. So get specific. Who exactly do you serve? What stage are they at? What is the painful, expensive problem you solve for them? Not the surface level, oh, I do marketing strategy. The real 2 a.m. problem that's keeping them awake at night. And here's the framework I use. Map their internal pains, the private stress they don't talk about, and their external pains, the visible problems everyone can see. Then map the internal wins they privately crave and the external wins that would be visible to the team and their board. When you can describe all 4 quadrants, you stop guessing at your messaging. You're not creatively brainstorming what to say anymore. You're translating what they already feel. That is what gets calls booked. Principle number 2, productize your offers. Stop writing custom proposals. This is the single biggest time-wasting, time suck that's keeping consultants stuck in the feast or famine cycle. Every potential client gets a new custom proposal. You spend hours on each one. Most go nowhere. And the ones that close drag on because scope, timeline, and price were all open for negotiation. Productize offers fix this. Instead of, I'll do strategy consulting at $200 an hour, you package your expertise into a clearly defined, repeatable engagement with a set scope, a set price, and a set outcome. Something like a 90-day marketing diagnostic, a specific named thing with a clear before and after. When you productize, 3 things happen all at once. Your sales cycle shrinks because clients know exactly what they're buying. Your pricing goes up because you're selling a packaged solution, not metered time. And your delivery gets easier because you're running the same playbook, not reinventing the wheel every single time. But here's the part people underestimate. A productized offer is something a referrer can actually repeat. A referrer can't easily recommend strategy consulting, but they can absolutely recommend a 90-day marketing engine diagnostic because it has a specific shape they can describe. Principle number 3, build your dream 100 and engage more than you post. Most consultants spent their content energy on LinkedIn posting, hoping someone notices. Posting matters, but it's a slow way to build relationships with the people who could actually hire you. Here's what works better. Identify your dream 100, the 100 specific people whose business you most want or who could refer you to that business. Founders in your niche, investors who back companies you serve, other consultants and fractional executives who could refer adjacent work. Then go to where they are. their posts, their content, and engage thoughtfully. Comment with real insight, add to the conversation, be useful in their world. Do this consistently, a small number of meaningful interactions every week with the same 100 people over months. Most consultants quit after 2 weeks. The ones who win keep going. After 6 months of this, the people on your Dream 100 don't just recognize your name. They think of you when a problem fits what you do, and that is when the inbound starts. Number 4, leverage other people's audiences instead of trying to build your own from scratch. Building your own audience from zero, it takes years. But there are already podcasts, communities, newsletters, and stages whose audiences are exactly the people you want to reach. Pitch yourself as a guest on an industry-specific podcast. Speak at conferences where your buyers are in the room. Get into the closed communities where they're already talking. When you do this, you inherit the trust of the host or the platform instantly. One 30-minute podcast appearance can put you in front of more qualified prospects than 6 months of solo posting. And here's how to make it even more targeted. Think about the people around your ideal client, the ones who help them, sell to them, and fund them. Build relationships with those 3 categories, and you've assembled a referral engine that runs whether you're posting that week or not. That's a version of OPA that compounds over years. Now here's the part I promised at the beginning. Everything I just told you, specific positioning, productized offers, Dream 100s, other people's audience, works for getting consulting clients. But here's what almost no one will tell you. Those exact 4 same principles applied to a slightly different model will roughly double what you earn for the same work. That model is called fractional. The difference is structural. A consultant is hired for a project. You scope it, deliver it, the engagement ends. Then you go find the next project. Income is project-based and it's inherently lumpy. A fractional executive is embedded inside a company as a part-time leader on an ongoing monthly retainer. The engagement continues often for a year or longer. Income is retainer-based and predictable. Apply those same 4 principles to a fractional model instead of a consulting model, and the math changes completely. 3 retainer clients at 5-figure monthly retainer compounds into a very different income than 3 one-off consulting projects. Same expertise, same effort, different structure, dramatically different result. So if you take one thing from this video, take this. The 4 principles are upstream of pipeline. Positioning, productized offers, your Dream 100 and other people's audiences. But the bigger insight is structural. The same principles applied to fractional engagements instead of consulting projects produce a dramatically more lucrative business for the same amount of work. If you're going to invest the time and energy, do this right. Choose the structure that pays the most for it. If everything I just said landed, the next step is to see how all 4 principles connect into a single complete system, the kind that actually makes pipeline predictable instead of feast or famine. I have a video that walks through exactly that. It's called The System Behind a Predictable Pipeline for Fractional Executives. I break down the 4-pillar system: positioning, packaging, promotion, and pipeline, and how to align them so client conversations can start happening on their own. Go watch that one next. If you want the toolkit that goes with it, grab the free Fractional OS Starter Kit at fractionalos.io. That's where the principles in this video become an actual system.